So for today's video, I have what I've been reading from January to May. Yeah, from January to May, because June and July is gonna be its own separate video. So in January, I read a total of 9 books. That was 2,088 pages, 9 fiction books, and my average rating was 3.89. So the first book that I read was Matching All the Way by Veronica Aiden. Veronica Aiden is becoming one of my new hockey romance favorite author as of right now. I love Iced Out, Trick Play, and Matching All the Way. I'm very excited how she's going to continue the rest of this Heston U series. But yeah, this one is a 4.75 star. I loved Evie and Cole, one of my favorites. Then I read Ren and Rome. This was a solid 4 stars. I love Sarah Adams' writing. Her adult romance writing. I do enjoy this. I really did enjoy this one. I read Some Kind of Practice Makes Perfect, I believe, and I read that one before reading this one, and I enjoy both. They're both 4 stars. Good closed door romance. So yep. Then I read this one. The next one is a reread, Brutal Intentions by Lilith Vincent. This is a dark romance. I would not recommend it if you're not into it. But this is stepdaughter, stepfather relationship. And it's a solid 4 for it being a dark romance. It's not as dark as it could get, but there are darker themes into this book. Then we have a very beloved book for everyone, which is Twisted Love by Ana Huang. This is a 3.5 or 3.75. The reason being is I did not enjoy Alex at all. He was not my favorite male character. He's very I didn't enjoy it. I'm gonna be real honest. I didn't enjoy him at all. I didn't enjoy Ava either, on how she's like, I like you physically, like you. It's like a physical relationship. They only want each other. Well, he only wants her physically. So there's that. Then I read Rosie and the Dreamboat by Sally Thorne. This is part of a small series of novellas, and this was a 3.75. I don't remember much about this one, I'll be real honest, but I did read this one. It was a 3.75, very short book. Then I read Legendary by Stephanie Garber. This was a 4.75. This could have been a 5, but I took my sweet time reading this book, and it really it had me doubting on who a person was, but I ended up knowing who it was since the beginning. And the way it turned, it was a very good book. I would reread the whole series entirely. The Exception to the Rule by Christina Lauren. This is a 3.75, another short novella, part of the same little series. I did enjoy this one. This one is a very good short novella where you want to get out of the reading stuff. I think this one would help. Then the next one I read was Same Time Next Year by Tessa Bailey. Tessa Bailey, I do enjoy most of her books. I believe I read 3 with this one, and I really do enjoy her writing. Her writing is always third person. If that may not a lot of people are gonna enjoy that. It takes a while to get into the story since it's third person, but this is a 4 star. This is a small novella also. It's not very small. It's like close to 300 pages, but it's still considered a novella of sorts. So you have a hockey player, and this hockey player is friends with her brother who's in the same team, but he's on a green card, and she gets married to him to help him get his work green card, visa, something like that. I did enjoy this one very much. Then the last one for January was The Worst Wingman Ever. This one I believe was a 3.75. The by Abby Jimenez. So I read, this is the first Abby Jimenez book I read. I read another one since then, but I loved how she brought a big topic, like a big topic of such where it takes a while for a person to heal from that, and I did enjoy this one. February I only read 3 books. I've read fiction. My page count was 1,222 books. My average rating was 4.58, and my most read genre was romance. So the first book that I read was Finale by Stephanie Garber. This was a 7.5. The only reason being is that this whole story was like, you get to one part, you talk about what the whole main topic is, you spend quite a few pages there, then you go to the next, where you go up to the next step of that, and it's the same process. You're repeating the process essentially, and I did enjoy it, even though I shouldn't have. I was rooting for the other person. Did not end up happening. I'm happy with how it ended. So yeah. Then I read Better Hate Than Never by Chloe Leash, and this was a 3.75. This could have been a 5 if I didn't take my sweet time. Nothing is wrong with the book. It was just me wanting to enjoy I didn't want it to end, so I prolonged it, and the more that I prolonged it, the less I wanted to read it. So that was me. It was nothing with the book. The book was amazing. I love Christopher and Catherine. I enjoy them. I loved how it was. It's not an enemies to lovers per se. I would say it's more of dislike to lovers. So there's that one. Then I read Reign of Wrath by Eva Ashworth. This is a 4.75. This is a dark romance. So essentially this, I believe, is the 3rd book in the series. So basically you have this main woman. Oh, before that, it is a reverse harem / white shoes romance. You're not into that? By all means, you're not into dark romance? That's totally fine. I read this one. I wanted to finish the series, have not yet finished it. So this one, the first book, I'm just going to talk about the first book. So the first book, she is trying to avenge the people who've done her and her sister wrong. So there's that. Then there's 4 guys. You have Ash, Knox, Gage, and Vincent. I hope I'm not lying about the name of the last one. Oh no, it's Priest. I should remember. It's Knox, Gage, Ash, and Priest. Pretty sure. If not, then I'll put the names. But yeah, you have them there. Apparently she gets mixed in to where they're like, I wouldn't say gang, like kind of like she's in their area doing harm there, and if something happens, it's gonna be tied to them, not to her. So essentially there's that. March, I read a total of 3 books. My most read genre was contemporary romance. My main fiction versus non-fiction was fiction. I read 182 books. No, I read 182 pages. My average rating was a 4. So this one by Cassandra Clare. And then this one was a 4.5. The reason why I was knocked down quite a bit is because of the ending. The ending had me so shocked that I didn't want to continue with the series. I haven't yet continue with the series. But there were some parts where I was, there's a villain and I'm like, the villain has to be related to one of these people. So Drop, Cover, and Hold by Jasmine Guillory. Fuck, I'm butchering. That is a 3.5. I don't remember much about these short novellas ones. Sorry. Then I read Catching Feelings by Manon Rowe. This was a 4.5. So this, I believe, is about the friend. I think it's Reese and Vivian. It's not an enemies to lover, this is a hate to love book, and I enjoy the banter in this so much. I love the banter she puts into these books. Are going to April. I only read 2. I was going downhill with reading. Most read genre was romance fiction. Page count was 733, and then average rating was a 4.38. Sorry. I read the COCK Down the Block by Amy Award. Yeah, this was a 4. I did enjoy the premise. It's basically they've been best friends since high school, and he goes to he gets called up for the NFL essentially, and she has a rooster from what I remember. But yeah, you see them fall in love. They are fake dating, I believe. Then I read Bride by Ali Hazelwood. This one was a me problem. Not a me problem because I still rated it high, but I still feel like if it could have been a 5 if it wasn't for me for taking a long time. So this was a 4.75. This is a werewolf and vampire love story. Essentially, misery has always been a collateral. Collateral means in their world that basically a vampire is taken to the human realm, and then a human is taken to the vampire realm, where if something were to happen to either set of kids, there will be a war. So if the vampires killed the human, the humans would unleash war on them. So right here you have her dad who's sending her. She's been a collateral all her life, so she's been working with the humans all her life. She's been with humans. She has interacted bits and pieces with vampires, but she knows more about humans than her own actual kind. So her friend goes missing and she takes the opportunity. Her dad wants her to be a collateral again, to go with the werewolves, and she takes it. She agrees to it because of something, and I did enjoy that. I am excited to read more of her books. This is like the 3rd book I've read from her, and I really did enjoy how she dabbled into the paranormal romance genre. Then we have May. We went up a bit in the reading, so I read a total of 4 books. Most read genre was romance fiction. Non-fiction was fiction. Then I read 1,336 pages. My average rating was a 4.275. So the first book that I read that month was King of Sloth by Anna Hogg. This ended up being one of my favorite books ever. This is it's a 5-star for me. It's one of my favorites. I enjoyed both of them, and for me to reread it again might be happening soon. Then we have Back Together Again by Gracie York. This I give a solid 4. This is a baseball romance. If I remember correctly, something happened between them when they were younger, and she wants nothing to do with him, but he wants her back. So I'm guessing it's a second chance romance from what I remember. Then the next one was a reread, so it's A Favorite for a Favorite by Helena Hunting. Favorite for a Favorite will always be my all-time favorite hockey romance. It's one of the first adult hockey romance that I read in 2021 and 2022. One of those two. It's one of my favorites. Will always be one of my favorites. You have her brother's teammate rival, and then she's an aspiring sports physical therapist. I love Stevie and Bishop. will always love them. Then we get to one of my greatest letdown ever. Well, one of my biggest letdown of this year. I haven't had much, but this one made it to that list, and it's Queen of Myth and Monster by Scarlett St. Clair. This was a 3-star. The reason why it's a 3-star, I know Scarlett St. Clair has smut in her, I don't mind that. I don't. King of Bad and Blood, loved it. This one, it's you have the main plot, right? Essentially, she Isolde and Adrian get married. She's trying to protect her people, and there is a plot twist in the first book. Did I guess it? Kind of. But in this one, it's the plot. Like, I want the story. I need the plot. I want it to work. It didn't. It's a 3. Literally, I did not enjoy that. So those are all the books I read from January to May. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.